Good, happy Tuesday morning, January 25th, 2022. I'm Riley King, and welcome to this morning news, weather, and traffic update right here on the Riley King Radio Network. Let's get started right now. Let's begin with your news update. First up, man accused of firing gun at car behind him in Lebanon, police say. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Walmart, America's largest, is hiring. Earn up to $28 per hour plus benefits working at Walmart's distribution center. Get a $5,000 sign-on bonus, but hurry, you must be hired before January 31st. Apply today online or text DC to 240240. Walk-ins welcome.
Police say this all started Saturday afternoon when a car tried to pass Donald Delisle's SUV. Delisle is then accused of shooting outside the back window of his SUV, aiming at that car, causing that car to swerve, almost hitting a snowbank.
Sir, you may be seated.
Monday afternoon, Donald Delisle pleaded not guilty to attempted murder, criminal threatening, and 3 other counts. The judge ordering he be held without bail and to not contact the alleged victims.
He believed, whether rightly or wrongly is something that'll have to be decided, he believed the people who were following him and attempting to pass him were seeking to do him harm.
The defense arguing Delisle struggled with mental health in the past, on medications with side effects potentially leading to his perception. When police arrested him after the alleged shooting, Delisle says the people following him were trying to kill him, tried to poison him, and that his ex-girlfriend had poisoned him for years.
These are strangers to him. There was no ongoing conflict, so he clearly presents a danger to the community when he would take 2 deadly weapons, using his vehicle as a deadly weapon and a firearm to endanger the safety of strangers.
The state acknowledges there's a mental health issue, but say Delisle is a danger to the public. Lebanon police say this is an extreme case of road rage they haven't seen the likes of for years. Their advice to others who face dangerous situations on the road:
try to de-escalate the situation, separate themselves any way possible, and notify local authorities. Don't engage with the other party.
Luckily, though, no one was hurt during the incident. In Lebanon, Grace Feinerman, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Timeline narrowed down of when Harmony Montgomery last seen. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
The floor model clearance sale is here. Mainly Tubs is discounting all remaining floor model hot tubs and saunas.
Well, Tom, investigators say they're no closer to finding where Harmony Montgomery may be, but today they've narrowed down their search as to when the 7-year-old went missing. According to new information from New Hampshire's Attorney General, Harmony Montgomery was last seen by witnesses on November 27th of 2019. The same day her father Adam and stepmother Kayla Montgomery were evicted from their home on Guilford Street in Manchester.
We've identified 2 vehicles. They were homeless and living out of a car at that time. We've identified 2 different vehicles that we were living out of.
Investigators say the family was living out of 2 cars in the north end of Manchester in the weeks following. Between December 6th and December 10th of 2019, Adam and Kayla were spotted with their 2 other children, but not with Harmony. Investigators now believe Harmony went missing sometime between November 28th and December 10th of that year.
Are you getting discouraged at all, Chief?
I'm a little discouraged, to be honest with you, Ray. But that's not going to stop what we're doing.
Earlier Monday, Kayla Montgomery appeared in court where she pleaded not guilty to welfare fraud for collecting food stamps intended for Harmony during the time she was missing. Kayla could be released on personal recognizance bail after completing a rehabilitation program in Nashua. At this point, neither Kayla nor Adam Montgomery have been charged directly with Harmony's disappearance. Kayla's attorney believes that isn't going to change.
Do I think there's something else coming down the road? I don't know. I don't have any basis at this point in time to believe that there's something else coming down the road.
Adam Montgomery is currently behind bars being held without bail for allegedly assaulting Harmony and interfering with her custody. And Manchester police are hopeful that this new timeline will help jog some people's memories and lead to new clues as to when and where Harmony was last seen. Live in Manchester tonight, Scott Cook, WMUR News 9.
And there is that dedicated tip line that you can call or text around the clock. That number on your screen, 603-203-6060. Investigators asking for any information that could help find Harmony Montgomery.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Ten more people die of COVID-19 in New Hampshire as active cases drop. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
So on to the pandemic now. Active infections of COVID-19 dropping to 15,000 tonight. This is the lowest since January the 6th. There are nearly 7,900 new cases to report, with nearly 6,200 from the weekend and over 1,000 from a backlog. Current hospitalizations down now to 411. There are 10 new deaths to report.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. New Hampshire congressional delegations support efforts to extend enhanced child tax credit. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
How high is your revenue IQ? Take our 6-question test and find out. Only from Equifax. See how your acumen for smarter revenue stacks up when it comes to missed, lost, and new opportunities. Take our revenue IQ test today.
New Hampshire families would have received another check as part of the enhanced child tax credit this month, but that program has come to an end. Now, News 9 is asking the state's congressional delegation about continuing it. Payments went to families of 217,000 eligible children, according to estimates from the Joint Economic Committee. That was almost $320 million between July and December. It also included payments to children whose parents had very low incomes. Because the enhanced portion of the program has ended, the credit will no longer be paid in monthly installments. The Biden administration's Build Back Better bill included the extension, but failed to get through Congress. Senator Shaheen and Representatives Custer and Pappas say they support efforts to extend the enhanced credit. Senator Hassan supports the extension as well. She has also co-sponsored a standalone bill to do that.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. FDA halts use of antibody drugs unlikely to work against Omicron. Let's take a listen to that video from in that report.
Welcome to your world, your why. What drives you? What do you want to leave behind? That's your why. It's your purpose, and we will work with you every step of the way to achieve it.
Throughout the course of the pandemic, monoclonal antibodies have been a saving grace for both patients and providers.
But as WVTM 13's Chip Scarborough explains, a potentially life-saving tool is apparently no match for the Omicron variant.
While the surge in COVID-19 patients has at times been too much for some hospitals to handle, the use of monoclonal antibodies has often kept the problem from going from bad to worse.
Estimates are we prevented 70 to 85% of hospitalizations by giving those monoclonal antibody infusions within 5 days of onset of symptoms.
But while monoclonal antibodies have helped patients fight off the Delta variant and other variants throughout the pandemic, the same can't be said for Omicron.
The monoclonal antibodies that we've been using from Regeneron and from Lilly do not work against Omicron. That's a fact.
Dr. Michael Sagg says another form of monoclonal antibodies is being lined up for distribution to Alabama. It's called sotrofimab.
For the time being, though, we're in this really awkward window where we might not have as much access to sotrovimab.
The Alabama Department of Public Health sent me a statement about the use of monoclonal antibodies in our state, saying Health and Human Services is recommending providers continue treating patients with the antibody therapies already being used. However, reserving sotrovimab for patients who test positive for Omicron or for those who are in an area where the presence of Omicron is greater than 20%.
We've requested it for UAB, but even if we do get it, we are getting it with an allocation that the federal government is determining. So if we have a very big wave, not only is it going to be challenged to have enough of it, it also requires a lot of people to give that monoclonal antibody in a clinic.
Doctors stressing the issue with the monoclonal antibody therapy is especially troubling for those who are unvaccinated. In Birmingham, Chip Scarborough, WVTM 13.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Celebrity chef Gordon Ramsay opens a new restaurant in Boston. Let's take a listen to this video.
Walmart, America's largest, is hiring. Earn up to $28 per hour plus benefits working at Walmart's distribution center. Get a $5,000 sign-on bonus, but hurry, you must be hired before January 31st. Apply today online or text DC to 240240. Watkins welcome.
I'm feeling really good about opening day. We've gone through several months of training our chefs here on the menu that's been developed since 2020. So the inspiration behind Ramsay's Kitchen is really in the name. It's something that Chef Ramsay would be cooking in his own home kitchen. This menu began developing in the summer of 2020 in Gordon's house in LA. So the development actually was beginning in his actual home. I think that he would serve to his family in his own house, friends, family. So that's where we drew the inspiration from for Ramsay's Kitchen. So obviously there are some concerns launching a restaurant in the middle of a pandemic, but we're doing as much as we can to be as safe as possible. Everybody here is required to wear masks, including our front of house guests. We obviously follow the Boston City mandates. We do require everyone be vaccinated and provide that proof of vaccination upon entering our restaurant. So although we are still in the middle of a pandemic, I think that everyone can feel very safe in coming here and dining with us.
Okay, and there you go. Very cool indeed. We'll need to go and check that out. And that is a look at your news update. Now let's go to your weather update. Weather right now is cloudy, 24 degrees. Slight chance of precip over the next 6 hours. Sunrise will be at 7:06 a.m. and sunset will be at 4:48 p.m. And weather for today and tonight. Today, cloudy early with peaks of sunshine expected late. A few flurries or snow showers possible. High 36 degrees. Winds west at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, clear skies, low 7 degrees, winds west-northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And that is a look at your weather update. Now let's take a look at your traffic update. And looking at your roadways this morning. On 202 around Henniker, you're seeing smooth sailing traffic. On I-89 around Hopkinton, smooth sailing traffic. On I-93 around Bow, Pembroke, Concord, Boscawen, Canterbury, and Northfield, you got smooth sailing traffic there with a little bit of medium pace traffic around the Bow area and kind of around the Concord area. On I-393 between Concord and Chichester, you got smooth sailing traffic with a little spot of medium pace traffic. On Route 4 in Chichester, you got a little spot of medium pace traffic with smooth sailing. And Route 4 around Epsom, you got medium pace traffic with some slow traffic and a little bit of smooth sailing. And that continues all the way towards Northwood, medium and slow pace traffic with a little bit of smooth sailing. And after Northwood continuing towards Lee, you got smooth sailing with some medium pace traffic. And then at the Lee traffic circle in 125 in Lee, you got medium and slow pace traffic with a little bit of smooth sailing. And then continuing on to Route 4 around the Durham area, you got smooth sailing with some spots of medium pace traffic. Route 16 on Spalding around the Rochester area, you got smooth sailing traffic with a little bit of medium pace traffic. Dover, smooth sailing traffic. In Dover, you got some medium and slow pace traffic. Newington on Route 16, you got some smooth sailing with a little bit of medium pace traffic. Portsmouth, smooth sailing with some spots of medium and slow pace traffic. Portsmouth into Maine, smooth sailing with some medium and slow pace traffic. On I-95 around the Greenland area, you got smooth sailing. Rye, some medium pace traffic with some smooth sailing. Northampton, smooth sailing with a little tiny spot of medium pace traffic. Hampton, smooth sailing with a little tiny spot of medium pace traffic. And Seabrook, smooth sailing with some medium and slow pace traffic. 101, great ride on 101. Around the Lexa and Manchester area on 93 and I-293, you got smooth sailing traffic with little spots of medium pace traffic. 114 between around the Goffstown area, you got medium and slow pace traffic with a little bit of smooth sailing. 101 around the Bedford area, you got medium and slow pace traffic. Also on 101 around the Amherst area, you got medium and smooth sailing traffic. And 101 around the Milford area, you got medium and smooth sailing traffic as well. Route 3 on Merrimack, around the Merrimack area, you got smooth sailing, and then in Nashua, you got some medium and slow pace traffic with a little bit of smooth sailing in Nashua. 101A between Nashua and Milford, you got medium pace traffic with a little bit of smooth sailing. And then around the Nashua area, you got delays of 6 minutes on Route 130 westbound in Lincoln Park. Average speed is 10 miles per hour. And then on I-93, making your way all the way towards Massachusetts, you got smooth sailing with little spots of medium pace traffic. On Route 28, all the way towards Massachusetts, you got smooth sailing with some spots of medium and slow pace traffic. In the Derry area, there's some medium and slow pace traffic there. And that is a look at your traffic update. And that does it for your morning news, weather, and traffic update right here on the Riley King Radio Network. Thank you for tuning in and listening. Have a great day, everyone. See you back here later on today for another news, weather, and traffic update. Goodbye.